Oh, this one is not mine.
No?
No, this
What
one is
is your
not
car?
Honda Civic.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. I bring this one here. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
no, no, no.
Just waiting on my car. Oh. My guy almost gave me someone else's car. It was a nicer car than mine too. But that would have been a whole situation. I take somebody else's car out of the garage, leave my car in there. What a day! Oh, what a day! What a day! Another day, another fail. But it's okay, because honestly, these free events are hit or miss. If you go to an event that you pay for the most part, you pay, you get in. You get tickets for a free event, they tell you they overbook, and there's no guarantee that you can get in. So this is one of the times my luck ran out. I didn't get in. I got some food that I'm looking forward to, and I'll get it on. Thank you, sir.
No problem, no
All right,
problem.
good. Appreciate it. On the bright side, I'm gonna have a little bit of extra time on my hands because this show was supposed to be finishing at 6 o'clock, and it is right now 3:30, and I might avoid the rush hour traffic. That's a possibility, and it gives me time to do a couple of things. I'll probably watch those last two episodes of BB Canada, and before I head to my physical therapy. So let's chat it up. We are gonna chat it up. I'm just going to prop up my phone so that I don't have to hold it while. Sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go. You can see me? All right. we got a drive on our hands, so I'm gonna hold this on here as long as I possibly can. But yeah, we gonna do some things when I get back home with the time that I did not expect and anticipate to be allotted. I don't mind driving, it's just I'm gonna pay like $30 in tolls. I had to pay like $30 for the parking garage. It's probably costing me $20 in gas. So if y'all are math whizzes, 30, 30, 20, we talking about a good $80. And then I just bought $20 worth of food. So had I been able to catch that, this is like the butterfly effect. Had I been able to catch the Long Island Railroad, I would be at my destination an hour, like almost an hour earlier than I was. I pulled up to the Long Island Railroad right as that train was pulling in, and it pulled off right before I got to the top of the platform. Terrible. Terrible experience. And then had I got on that train, it gets me there a straight shot, 30 minutes. I don't have to worry about parking the car, which is the main thing that took away my chances of being at the show. Finding a park in this area is just a nightmare, especially at this time of day. If you don't find like an early morning parking or like very early afternoon, your next best bet is finding one at night. And because this is an afternoon taping, these shows, the majority of the people that can make those tapings on time are people that live in the city, like Manhattan, Harlem, in some cases Brooklyn, depending on where it is. But from where I am in Queens, you can't chance it with the time. You cannot chance it with the time. And I'll partially call it my fault and partially call it their fault, because I had every intent to get there at a certain time, and I played around just a little bit too long before I went to the train station, and then I had to take my car, and I was doomed. I was doomed when I took the car. But I always call this a first world problem. It's not the worst possible thing in the world that could have happened to me. There's much worse things going on in the world. But with that said, I'm not somebody who minces words on disappointments. Like, I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm turning that frown upside down and I'm demonstrating positivity. There's sometimes you don't feel positive. There's times when you're like, I wish that this thing had gone this way, because it sucks that it didn't. And this is one of those times for me. Like, I was looking forward to being in the show, getting in the lounge, the Peacock Lounge. Peacock, now that I think Peacock either has a merger with NBC or owns NBC, it's probably more like a partnership, because I can't see Peacock actually just buying NBC. So they probably have some kind of merger with NBC. So they have a nice lounge that you sit in for like an hour before the show starts. You can plug in your phone, you can sit on some nice comfortable seats. The NBC studios are nicer than all the studios for those daytime shows that I go to. And I went there one time only, and that was to see Amber Ruffin. And Amber Ruffin was really funny. I enjoyed that show. But I'm not gonna get to go in for this one. They did say they gave us like a code where they said that we can get rebooked for any show anytime within the next year. I did say I would never go to the View, and I ended up going to the View, so I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna go to Seth Meyers. I'm just gonna say same thing I said with the View. I'm not particularly excited about the prospect of going to Seth Meyers because I've seen like a few episodes of Seth Meyers and they were fairly funny, but I wasn't like, oh my goodness, Seth Meyers is on my bucket list, like I have to go see Seth Meyers. It was just more like Seth Meyers is one of maybe 2 or 3 shows that I have not seen yet in New York. Free shows that I haven't seen yet in New York. And I would like to cross that off the list. And I will say next time, learning lesson, just like with the View, just like I said, I'm never driving to go to the View again. I am never going to drive to go to Rockefeller Center again. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it because it's terrible finding a place to park. The traffic getting there is really bad. And when you get to the show, it's like there's no guarantee that they're gonna let you in. They say we overbook. And this is a last minute addition to my schedule too. That's the part that burns me about this. I felt really tired at the Sherry Shepherd show yesterday, and then I saw that I had gotten approved for the Seth Meyers ticket, but I kind of said to myself, I want to rest it out at this point because I'm feeling a little bit tired. So maybe I should just skip it and move on to the next one. But something told me, hey Mark, you have 2 more weeks off and there's only so many more opportunities you're gonna get to go to these shows. So just get it while you can get it. And I'm regretting that at this point. But I'll tell you something. I'm expressing my disappointment, but I move on well. This is just gonna last for maybe the next few hours of the day, and then I'm gonna be on to thinking about the next thing that I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna spend some of this extra, in addition to watching those last 2 episodes 3 and 4 of Big Brother Canada. I'm gonna be thinking of more stuff that I want to do for my page before I take my break. And it's even a possibility, I haven't fully decided yet, but it's a possibility that I will pre-record some stuff that I can put on my page during the time that I'm taking a break from the page. I don't know yet. I might take a full break where there's no posts on it at all, or I might take a semi-break. We'll see. And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, check my community post where I mentioned that I'm taking a break from the page on the 24th. Appreciate that, Van Hoop. Yeah, I'm going to be taking a break from the 24th. See what happens from there, because it's a lot to not work for 90 days and then like go back to work, especially when you have an intensive job. So I remember what it was like when I first started with my job, and I remember that being like very stressful. And I'm anticipating that in advance and saying to myself, it might be difficult for me to think of integrate myself into the job, continuing with this YouTube thing at the pace and volume that I've been doing it. So I did think of like a more minimal schedule, but a more minimal schedule for YouTube is implied because I won't have as much time to post on YouTube. But I would rather fully make sure that my job is secured, because ultimately, yes, I love doing this more than my job, but my job is the thing that puts food on the table, pays the rent, keeps my car on the road. Like, YouTube hasn't produced nearly enough money for me to risk my job to just to maintain what I'm doing here. I wish it had, but it's not. So I'll need just a little bit of time. Not a lot of time, like I was saying on the other posts. No more than a week. Barring some major change, it's gonna be no more than a week that I'm gonna be off. It might be less than that. It's gonna be a minimum of those 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But if I see that I'm managing pretty well after those 3 days are done, you might see me hop back on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Friday night even. Like, I don't know. It's a fluid situation. Future Powerball winner. It's funny because I don't really play the Powerball, but I've played the Powerball I think once, and then I played the Mega Millions once due to getting that ticket at the Sherry Shepherd show. But I didn't win. I'm not usually lucky with those things. And I just feel like the majority of people who gamble don't win. So one thing I've done the most of when it comes to gambling is like scratch offs, but I think the most I ever won from a scratch off was like $20 or $30. So I've lost more than I won with those too. Those have not been profitable. And then there's statistics on like people who win lotteries and how a lot of them actually lose the money within 5 years. It's kind of like retired athletes. Although I've heard the statistics on retired athletes going bankrupt is much less than it used to be, because there's a lot more financial literacy than there was back in the day. Man, I got a ways to go before I get home. I'm gonna have this on for another maybe 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna be cranking up the music. Music is what I do when I'm not in a good mood. Well, that's not true. I do music when I'm in a good mood as well. But music shifts my mood for the better when I'm not feeling well. All kinds. Rap music, R&B, gospel sometimes. Gospel might be it for right now. Gospel might be the music for right now, so I can keep calm for the rest of my drive. But I love my gospel music though. What are you editing? Are you editing stuff for your YouTube page? I'm interested to see how this watch party that I'm gonna do on Saturday for Big Brother Canada is gonna go. I don't expect everybody to be on it, but I hope that I at least have a decent amount of people on there. No doubt. No doubt. I'm the player that you're talking about. No, I'm not doing it on Discord or YouTube because I don't know about Discord, but I know YouTube for sure would just block the video. So where I'm doing it is that I'm doing it. I gotta look up how things work on caffeine, but where I'm doing it is on Zoom. It's not gonna be recorded. It's just gonna be something that plays, and then you catch it, you don't, you can catch it on your own. Have you seen Big Brother Canada, by the way, Van Hoot? Because I've only seen a few episodes of the first few episodes of season 5. It is good. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first started watching it, I was like, these friendly Canadians, and I say that with peace and love because I'm still a Canadian citizen. I'm a dual citizen, so I say that with peace and love. But when I first saw all the introductions, I'm like, these friendly Canadians, how interesting could this be? And then as they started getting into it, Ika, what is that lady's name? Sandy, Karen, even the new lady. I'm like, these people are more savage than I thought. I guess there's savage Canadians out there that I just didn't know about. Or maybe the game makes them savage because they still seem polite overall, but like game wise, I'm like, these people are savage. If y'all haven't seen Big Brother Canada, it's on global. It's on a global YouTube. Not even, I mean, they probably have it on like global app in Canada, but we don't have that here. So it's on Global's YouTube page. You can watch the entire season on YouTube, which is pretty dope to me. And that particular season, they had 8 new players and they have 8 returning players, and the returning players are savage. The 8 returning players are savage, and a couple of the newbies are savage too, to be honest. Yeah, but anyways, I'll catch you on the flip side, and have a great one.